Like, no, there's a whole industry that all of this is tied into. You know, the cosmetics of hair right now is winning, but you still need to know how to do hair, not just the cosmetics of it, not just how to glue in some lock extensions or just throw some dye in. You know, no, you need to know how to do
fully,
hair. You know, because if not, you know, not no, I am gonna sound that way. They're gonna be coming to me, and I gotta fix it.
Yo, we back at it, man. Another episode from A to Z. You know what I do every week. We dropping new content, linking up with entrepreneurs in the city, getting them to share their story, man, get it out to you. And in the midst of it, you can grab some jewels and maybe it can help you along the way, try to start your business, or it may even help a business that you already have in place. So I need y'all to do two things for me. Subscribe to the channel. Please hit that subscription button. Really, I need three things. I need you to subscribe. I need you to hit the notification bell so that you can know when these videos come out. And then we need some comments, and you know, because that's what helps boost these videos up. If we can go back and engage about the videos, if you want to see me change up something, let me know. If we need to change up the sound, the background, or talk about different topics, let me know. And I'm always down for the constructive criticism. Just know whatever you say, don't bother me. I got thick skin. With that being said, I got my homie in the building, Sherri V. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. So go ahead and tell the people who you are.
Well, my name is Sherri V. I am the owner of Pure Bella Locks Natural Hair Salon and the creator of Raining Aloe Natural Hair and Skin Products.
Natural hair and skin products.
Yes.
All right. So before we get into that, the natural hair and skin products, tell me a little bit about Sherri. Like, where you from?
I'm from Jacksonville.
You from
Jacksonville,
Jacksonville,
Yes,
Florida.
born and raised.
Okay, so before you started doing hair, what were you doing? Like, 18-year-old Sherri.
18-year-old Sherri was actually doing hair.
Oh, you was doing hair at 18?
I was doing hair. I got my license in 99 when I was 17 in high school, right? So 18, I was still doing hair, but, you know, just playing with it. Because at that time, being a cosmetologist or an entrepreneur was not, that's not what they was talking about. Our parents were talking about, you need to go to college, you need to get a degree.
good job.
So, yeah, and get a job so you can take care of yourself. Doing hair, saying, no, I'm going to do hair, like, was not the conversation. But I was still doing it. So I had my daughter. So at 18, she was 1. I probably had her around that time. And, you know, braiding hair was always in play. It's how I started. So I was still doing hair technically because I had my license. I was in the house. And then it just kind of translated from there. And it just kept going.
Dang, so you got your in 99, 2000.
That's right. That's right.
So you was when the hot boys was hot.
Yes, we was doing hair.
You was doing hair.
We was doing hair.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Okay,
all
so
in high school.
dang, how many years is that?
About 20.
20 years?
Yeah.
Dang, so you 2 centuries in.
Man.
Okay. So you can really give some game to those that are trying to get into the hair industry now and who are trying to be entrepreneurs and maybe have their own salons or salon suites or whatever. So we just gonna jump. We don't have to go back that far there because hell, at 18, 99, you was already in the game.
Yeah, we was already braiding.
You was already in the game. All right, so you was doing it in your house, right?
Right.
How long did you start doing it in the house? Like, how long was the?
I probably did hair in the house about 5 years.
So 5 years.
In and out, just starting and stopping. Because again, I'm programmed to think that I need to finish college. I got a kid. I need to get a good job.
So was hair taking care of everything? Doing hair?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
I had about 3 jobs my whole life. I've had those 3 jobs in that 5-year period.
Okay.
And I was just going back and forth, but I couldn't keep a job. I just felt like, why I have to ask you to go to the bathroom?
Yeah,
Or if something, you know what I'm saying? Or if something was going on with my daughter in daycare, like I can't leave.
Right.
Or I can't come back and just tell I just had to take care of my daughter. Or I just needed a mental day. I can't say anything that simple that I thought was just basic to a person without getting in trouble or getting threatened to get fired. So in between jobs, I would braid hair. And after like my 3rd job, I was just over it. And I was, I just said my little prayer one day. I was like, you know what, God, just keep me out as long as I possibly can with braiding hair. And it was like 15 years.
What were those 3 jobs?
I worked at Option One Mortgage, Singular Wireless, and Web.com.
Singular Wireless.
You see how old it is? I worked at Singular Wireless.
I remember
first.
Singular Wireless.
Yes. And then I worked at Option One Mortgage. And both of those 2 jobs were like a year. Web.com was 3 years. That was the longest job I ever had.
So what were you doing at Web.com?
Building websites for small businesses.
Wow.
That's what I was doing.
Okay.
Because I was in college for information technology to build websites, to build a web development.
And what school was that?
This was, first I started at FSCJ, and then I went to University of Phoenix.
Okay, so University of Phoenix to get your degree as a web designer? Okay.
Web design. Yep.
So you was going to get your degree as a web designer, but still doing your hair.
Yes.
But that wasn't a thing that was like you were banking on the hair. Like, okay, I'm gonna just be a cosmetologist and have my own salon.
Never even thought I would be a hairstylist.
Wow.
Never. When I was at Web.com and, I was helping other small businesses build their website, I was completely fine. I just did
Was the
hair
money good?
Yeah, the money was good. Yeah. I was probably making $2,500 to $3,000 every 2 weeks, every pay period, because we had bonuses.
Yeah.
And it was easy for me because I understood the small businesses.
And they make some old simple websites.
Exactly, template based.
Yeah, template based. Yeah.
All I had to do was just change a little line here, do a little HTML coding here. Plug and play. Send me your pictures, and I'll plug them.
Yeah.
And then what I was doing, because I saw that they used to have accounts where you can get wholesale accounts, so I could have 20 accounts under my name, and then I could resell them to other small businesses under my account. And instead of you paying $20 a month, you can pay $11 a month. Because I can set my price. So I was doing that. I had like 5 or 6 other businesses on the side doing their website while I was working
for them.
The company's website.
Oh, so you was hustling then.
I was hustling then. I didn't even know it, but I was doing it. And I would leave Web.com and I would go work at the shop from 5 to 9.
So the shop was at the house?
No, I was working at Nappy Heads with Sal.
Oh, okay.
At the time.
Yeah, shout out to Sal.
Yeah, okay, that was my...
Hold on then. At the location that he's at now?
Yeah, Lum Turner.
So he was back. What year was this?
This was early 2005, 6.
Lord, y'all was getting it.
Yes, we was on them Turner. It was Sal was still there. Zach Spody, Jeff.
Yeah.
Tay.
Wow.
It was all there. Shannon.
So you would go to the shop after leaving web.com to do hair. And how long did you do that? Like, how long did you keep that pattern up?
At least a year or 2.
A year?
Yeah, so about a year or 2.
A year doing that. At what point did you say, that's it, no more working? All right, I got to leave this $2,500 to $3,000 that I'm getting a week.
I think I was forced out because I was working 7 to 3. Okay. So I could at the job, so I can go to the shop from 5 to 9. But then they was changing management. Management was like, you got to work 3 to 11. And I was like,
oh, so
I
that
can't
messed
work.
up your shop
you
time.
You messed up everything. I'm like, that's not going to work for me.
Right.
And so they was either you going to change or you
got
going to quit.
Go, yeah.
And now in my head, like, yeah, y'all get most of my time, but y'all my second job. That's just mentally, I always thought this is my second job. So I wasn't going to compromise the shop, even though working at the shop wasn't making the same money.
Right.
I could make it faster and see it every night, but I was not making nearly as much as a job. And I was just like, all right, God, listen. We jumping or we jumping? What we doing?
Yeah.
And that was it. And I stayed out, and then it just started rolling. The more I was available, the more people started coming. Yeah. And it just kept moving from there. And it started moving quickly.
Because they saw that you were there now. Like, and you're not just there from the 5 to 11. Now you're there all day.
All day.
So you got more open spots, and you can do more hair.
More hair. And then, it just, you don't know what's really in you until you get put into a position.
Oh, definitely.
We did old school stuff like business cards. We out on the streets on Lum Turner passing out cards and flyers.
Tell me about it.
Every lunch break in Regency Mall when Regency was on for real.
When it was a mall.
Yeah, like during the lunchtime. Yeah. The Regency Avenues, we was passing out cards. Yeah. Putting it on their windshields like, hey, I'm available. Like, come see us.
I don't think people understand that now, who didn't have a business at that time? You were 99. I was 2002 when I started my business, but that was still that era of no social media.
Correct. No social media.
MySpace and barely Facebook, but you had to
Right.
be a college student to have Facebook.
Right.
I happened to have Facebook because I was in college.
Yeah,
you
I
know
had
what
one
mean?
too.
Yeah, so I worked the little college network or whatever,
Right.
but I still was out there hand to hand doing what y'all was doing, putting the flyers in the windshield, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Or going to the club. I would let the club get packed. Cartouche, packed. Pure, packed. I mean,
Right.
plush at the time. It was plush,
Plush.
packed. And while everybody inside, I'm flying the car. You
That's
know what I
it.
mean? So you come out there, it may be wet. The car is all stuck to
Right,
you. You know what I mean?
right.
But that was our way of getting the brand out there.
Right, and you didn't have no choice. You had to see them. You know, I used to tell myself like, you gotta get some cars out. I'll tell myself, you got 10 cars to do today. If you do it for 5 days a week, that's 50 cars you got.
Yep.
And if you think about it, that's nothing.
Yeah.
You go to the grocery store, you go to the gas station, you go to the fast food. Hey, here, let me get your card. Here, let me get your card.
Yeah.
And that's how I used to do it. And sometimes you be like, all right, Sherri, you got 100 cars to give out this week. And just, I didn't care. At first, I was like, if you got braids or locks, because I started braiding before I even got into doing locks.
Right.
If you even look like I could braid your hair,
You was doing it.
here you go.
Yeah, give me here you go car.
Dudes would be like, well, I don't need no braids. You got a wife? You got a daughter?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, here's my card. And I'll just give them out. I didn't care if you threw them on the ground. It didn't matter. I just needed them out of my hands to make me feel like I did my business some justice today.
Yeah, do you still do that?
I do.
Yeah, I still keep cards. I still got flyers. I still
do.
yeah.
I do. And I don't do it as much.
Yeah, I gotta get back. I think I need to get
we
back
got
to
you
it.
back. Absolutely. Think about how many people in the grocery store, they still don't know you.
Yeah, they don't. Right.
You know, we were out here thinking about, our reputation in social media because we got 238 views or 500.
Yeah,
we don't
but
know them people.
those-
Them people
yeah.
have probably ain't even in our city.
But that's another thing too with the social media, especially Facebook. Like the most you can have is 5,000 friends, right? So at the end of the day, oh well, they got it where people can follow you or whatever. But at the end of the day, you're really sharing your stuff to that same circle over and over again. They may reshare your stuff, but that ain't 5,000 people resharing your stuff.
Right.
You may get 20, 30, whatever.
Right.
Reshares. You may have a good something that you posted. It got a couple hundred reshares.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? But it's still in that circle. And you just made me really think about something. Because I still have cards and I still have flyers. I put them out here and there. Not like I used to. Like I would run through them cards. I would get a box of 5,000.
5,000.
Yeah.
And we would feel like, who gonna get through 5,000?
Man, the 5,000 be going a week. Yeah, I get them 5,000
goal.
quick.
That's the goal.
Not on 5,000, they kind of sit.
Except for a year and a half.
I
you be
feel
like-
bad now. I got all
know?
these flyers and cards still around and I
Yeah.
ain't putting them out.
But social media did it.
Yeah.
That's what did it. If we could put out a video and just set it and just not even think about it.
Yeah.
And people comment, we feel like, oh, job done.
Yeah.
You know, and it kind of made us comfortable because we're working feeling like the social media is doing the job for us, which in a sense it is. At the same time, it's still nothing like hand-to-hand contact or hand-to-hand energy. Like people might call you just because they was like, oh, I like how you approach me. I'm going to take your card.
Right, yeah.
You know, social media, they here.
Yeah, no, and it's so quick. Everything's so quick.
Right.
So you may post something but you got 40 other people posting at the same time. Your stuff just get pushed down.
Right.
Somebody may have saw it.
Right. And right now, videos, if you don't do a video and keep the attention span for a minute or 30 seconds, anybody get through your videos.
Oh, you're right.
You know, so it's like, well, dang, okay, well, can I get
Get your card. Yeah.
I see you might have a stylist. Okay, that's cool, but let me give you my card anyway, just in case. And just keep it moving. Because now it has flipped. They used to remember us for being on social media. Now, because everybody's on social media, nobody ain't giving you cards no more. They might remember you more because, like, man, that girl walked up to me and gave me that card.
Yeah, because it's so different now. That makes sense because it's like, the card is almost like the UFO. What is this?
Like, what is
that?
Right. This cardboard?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah, so it's almost like, that's like the UFO of, dang, yeah.
It
I
still
get back to
works.
giving out my cards.
It
I still got them.
works.
I got them. They with me. They need to be with other people.
They got to. Think about it. You got that money still in your pocket. You
Yeah.
get them coins out there now.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Do you use social media? Like, has it helped your business like that?
It has helped because, I mean, it does put different eyes on you. I can't necessarily say more. It just put different eyes on you, you know. And if people don't know about you, the way they post your videos or sometimes the Explore page and all that kind of stuff puts you in different places. But, you know, at first, yeah, you want to feel exposed. But if I'm not in Canada and you're not coming down here,
Right. What does it matter? Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, thanks for watching. But the show is not just to be watched. It's not, I need this is for my business to come in and let it and convert you to business. You know, so it helps. Yes, visually if you want to put a lot of stuff out. You know, but I still feel like no. You can talk to me because they don't get you. They can get personality through your social media, but it's a little different. Yeah. It's a little different than making a little video, and then when you see in person, they're like.
That's what I think I have to try to tap into more. I just don't. I kind of have to. Is like you just said, they get this your personality, so it's like me putting out more content. To show you like who I am, because people buy into you.
They buy you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? They'll buy into you. But I know me. I know I could put out content. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to. I don't want to be like having to drop something all the time and all this other stuff.
It's that pressure. It's that right there. Because we was here before social media came. So I have not really I'm just not really adjusting to talking on camera or feeling like it's even necessary to talk on camera. I'm like, well, I can't just post my picture with my website and my phone number. Y'all
like,
can just
call
me.
You see what I do. Now you gotta make a video and all this other stuff, and I don't want to. I can, but I don't want to do all that. Because
it's not relevant. Yeah, some of that stuff is not relevant. You know, I see a lot of styles now. TikTok. I went on this stylist page the other day. I don't even know his name, but he had 245 TikToks. Not one picture of him doing hair. Not one. I was like, well, dang, if I wanted to see his work, I see he can dress and he changed clothes a lot. I see that. But I don't know if he can do hair, how I'm supposed to do this or whatever the case is. So I'm like, do we gotta do all this? I just want to post my picture, my video,
the work,
my number. Yeah, I just want to put that out there because really that's how we were trained to get our business going. Now we have to switch to social media, and it's okay, but it's like, Jesus, I gotta pass out cards. And I got to talk to clients all day. You know, we got to do consultations. We got to go home and make a video.
I'm trying to figure out where am I have the time to make this content like that. You know, and I'm thinking, I'm really thinking like how to do it. Like I'm thinking like, should I do some videos where I'm showing like behind the scenes of a day-to-day, how we print, design T-shirts, how we design shoes, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. Content that could get out. Maybe that could be another way for it. But I don't want to be having to be like, oh, look, and do all this crazy TikTok. That ain't me. You got to do
I'm whatever that little thing is.
I'm not doing all that.
Yeah. I think the behind the scenes, it works.
Yeah.
It does work because people like process and people like to see, okay, what am I supporting? Like, who am I supporting? What work they
I just put one out today. It was me putting this banner up. It tore me up today. This banner gave me hell. Trying to put it up.
I did a live today, too, showing that when I'm shipping products, like, y'all get y'all emails within a day or two that products are shipped out, but what you don't see is that I had to make a quick run to Walmart because I ran out of bubble wrap. So I'm in my car office with bubble wrap, with boxes. Yeah. I got tape. I'm not going to go back home. I got to do all this in the parking lot just so that, you know, the timeline can stay right. Like, I sent your email out.
Right, yeah.
So I was just like, this is what happens to us behind the scenes. So the process works. I think that will be, especially if that's the kind of personality you got. Like, that's mine. I'm like, I'm just show you behind the scenes.
Yeah, I think that's the route that I'm going to go down of just showing, like, behind the scene work. I think that'll grasp people more versus trying to just do silly stuff just to do, or be on there talking like some major guru and all this other stuff. I don't want to never come across like the person that knows it all. I know a lot, but I'm a sponge. Right. So I'm always in learning mode. Right. But I don't never want to be the person like, you guys got to do this, and if you want to make it, you got to. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I try to act like I just.
Like you the
guy.
Coach now.
Yeah.
You the coach.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay, but I think, you know, once we put ourselves out like in this space, it almost kind of pushes people to feel like, oh, you in front of the camera, you must know everything. Let me ask you everything. And it's like, it's cool. I can tell you what I know, but the advice is different for everybody because I don't know how you run your business. I don't know your work ethic. I don't know your goals or where you're trying to go. I can just tell you what worked for me, and I see a lot of those, it's coach for everything. Lash coach, salon coach. Yeah. I'm like, dang, how you going to coach everybody? And your program, $2,000.
Yeah.
$2,000 to $5,000. I'm like,
well, that's another thing too.
That's your formula.
That's another thing too. Like especially with these programs and the coaches and stuff, it's like, all right, you have a product. Let's say if this mic was my product, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you how this mic work, and I'm telling you, hey, for $500, I can tell you how this mic work. Right. But I'm so focused on selling you this $500 and show you how the mic work that I'm not selling the product anymore. I don't lean towards the coaching. It seemed like so, and I always thought that like if you making money like that, why you keep trying to sell? Why you so adamant on selling the course if you really making the money you say you making?
Right.
Or are you not really making that money and you hoping that people believe what you saying?
Right.
So they buy your course.
Yeah, because you selling the hope.
Yeah.
That's what you selling.
Yeah.
Because a mic is a mic. How many times have you really thought that? Do you care how this mic work?
Right. Well, I care. These were $250 a piece. I care. The mic better work.
Well, you care. I don't care how the wires are.
Right.
All we need to know, it works. The bottom line, know. So I just don't speak a lot. I've always been, when I was coming up, I will ask for help. I will ask, can you teach me? Because it was hard finding people that did locks or braids back then. 2003, nobody had no locks. Yeah. We didn't know how to style, none of that. So I would go to hair shows trying to figure it out, and I would just ask questions. Nobody would give me no information. And sometimes I felt like, well, damn, did you not know, or you just didn't want to say, because the market was so small at the time. And I always said, if anybody asked me for anything, I'm just giving it away. I would never be that person.
Man, that's me now.
Because
I didn't have nobody to get, same thing. Because we from the same era. Before the social media, all this other stuff. So I didn't have nobody to DM.
Right.
I didn't have nobody to...
Right, no shortcuts.
No shortcuts and none of that stuff. So it's like the little bit of information I did get from people here and there, I took that like wholeheartedly. Like, okay, wow, they said something. They gave me somebody gave me light. You know what I'm saying? Somehow, some way.
Even willing to talk to
so
me.
Now that's me. You ask me a question, and if I have answers to it, I don't mind giving you the game.
Give it freely.
You know what I'm saying?
I actually feel convicted sometimes when I put a price on the stuff that I know or what I talk about. Yeah. At the same time, we have to play the game because this is our career.
No, you have to, and I be struggling with that too. Like, you have those people that I guess you could kind of figure out like somebody who's serious. Then you have somebody who just asks you question after question after question.
Right.
It's almost like what you're saying is not enough. They looking for something to be like, oh, nah, that's too hard. I can't. So they just asking. They looking for a way out.
Yeah.
They just hoping you be like, oh, yeah, so what's next? Oh, you got to pay $2,000 for that? Oh, no, I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
right.
And that be me. I'll give some, but then for some people, if I feel like you just asking questions for no reason, hey, how about this? Shoot me a couple dollars for this and third, and I got you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So in a sense, you kind of got to do that.
Yeah.
Because people will run it to the ground to get as much out of you as they can. And then that be it.
And they kind of low-key be, comparing you to some, because I'm sure they ask me. They've asked other people.
Yeah, definitely.
Or they are just kind of milking you to see, like, to compare notes somewhere with what they think they know, if they're going the right direction. So with me, like, I'll put a price on the class, but then in the class, it's overvalued. I'm pouring everything out, So, you might come here and pay for a class to learn how to do two-strand twists for an hour. That's what it says. But we might be in here 3 hours, and everything is hands-on. And any questions that you have or want to know, want to ask, been wanting to talk about, anything you're struggling with, I'm open and available to talk about it. But to get through the door, you have to pay that small fee.
Right. So they paying for that fee, they getting that, what they signed up for, and some.
And some. Yes.
That's dope.
So the fee let me know that you're serious about whatever, but I'm completely open because I'm just an open book. I know that, but I have to put that fee as a boundary, and it's not for people to get in. It's sometimes for me not to step outside of myself, you know, and just freely.
Give
Oh, you
everything
can have
away.
everything. It's like, no, I will give you everything, but in exchange for this, and then come in, so I can give you everything in this space because it's safe for me in this space, in this class, like that. So that's how I do it now.
That's what's up. I totally understand. You know, I definitely understand. So when you were at, I want to go back. When you were at Sap's shop, how long were you at his shop?
About 2 years.
2 years. And then from there, what did you do?
I went straight out, opened my own salon.
And what year was that? Take us back.
2008.
2008?
Might be 8.
Okay, so 08.
Yeah.
About 08, we can say anytime between 08 and 11.
08 and 11. I was up in there.
He was up in there.
Yeah.
And where was the first shop at?
First shop was off of Edison, McDuff and Edison, right next to DJ Records.
Oh, okay. So you was on the north side.
West side.
That was the west side?
Lackawanna.
Oh, I'm still not good with the west side. I don't know that side like that.
You know, I-10, you get off McDuff.
I know where McDuff at.
Make that right. That second light is Edison.
Okay.
It was literally right there off 10. And, you know, at the time, I was just looking at the price. I didn't know where I was at.
Yeah, you just know it's cheap.
I know it was cheap.
Yeah.
It was $500.
Oh, yeah, I'm in there.
You know, I'm thinking about a big building. I got in the bag 6 barbers. We doing the math. Oh, we finna make $3,000 a month in here. Yeah. That's how I was thinking.
But it was the area.
It was the area. I had no. Ooh, you
so
know.
how did that work? How long were you there?
I was there for 2 years, but I was there 1 year, and then I opened up a second location on San Juan in Hyde Park. So that first location was about 2 years. And me and my partner at the time, his name is Jeff. He's a barber. We both opened up that first salon together. And I felt like natural hair and barbering, it just works. Like, it worked.
You said McDuff. Is that, you know, the guy y'all had the show with, McFly?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Is that area?
That's exactly that area. I was the next block up right there.
Okay, yeah, because he has a shop over there.
Yes.
Yeah, right there. Soon as you get off the expressway.
That's it, right there.
Gotcha. Okay. I was trying to get from, because I'm not good with the west side. When I came here, I came to school, and that was on the north side. So I knew that area of the north side. You know what I mean? Got familiar with.
Oh, you talking about Kings Road?
Kings Road and Myrtle and all that other stuff and Golf Fair. And I got real familiar with that real quick. I was like, oh, hold on. This feel like Miami. It's too hood. Yeah, what did that, you know
they
what I'm saying?
drop you right in the middle of the deal. I left right there.
From the projects, from the hood, and came to another hood in another city. I'm like, what the heck? You know what I'm saying?
All in the name of education.
So when I came across the bridge to the south, hey, if you like what you're seeing, you like what you're hearing, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click the notification button so you can get all the alerts when we drop the videos. Each and every week, we'll have a new guest on here talking about entrepreneurship, business, and everything in between. So make sure you stay tuned from A to Z. We're going to let you get back to it. Subscribe, like, share. Southside kind of like put me in resemblance of like my aunt. She stayed in a nice area. Like, you probably don't know these places, but Richmond Heights, it was like a nicer area in Miami and stuff like that. And I like this side.
I'm still on this side of the bridge.
I'm gonna come on this side.
Yes.
So I got familiar with the south side. And then every time I did go to the west side, it was nothing out there. And I was like, why do people stay out here? There's nothing out here.
It's cheap.
Yeah, so I'm like,
a lot of people out there.
I don't do the west side. So I don't really know the west side like that.
Yeah, I never did. I didn't do the west side either until I got my shop over there. Yeah. And literally, it was just literally only because of the price. But if I could tell anybody anything, look, you need to check them places out at night. And the price don't out. You literally, when you get what you pay for. You know what I mean? Pay for. The building was straight. The size was nice. The price was nice. But at night, you can't work at night. Like, I don't want to be to a place I'm renting out and I can't be there after the sun go down. Because I don't know who's walking. And who's watching. And I'm there by myself or, whatever the case is. And they tracking in and out. They might even came in and got a haircut. And now they checking out the place and knowing like, oh, hey. But they don't know me.
Right. Or checking to see who's
Yeah,
working, how many people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. So I was like, oh, no, 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 no. You know, so I moved around. So I moved, got the second location. It was fine, but I was still deep on the west side as well. Now I think I was in like Sweetwater area. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. Saying the west side is just different for me.
It's different for me too. That's why I don't go over
yeah,
there.
it's just different. It's just different for me.
Yeah.
But like I said, it worked for the time that it was there, and then I was like, okay, when it was over, it was over.
I had, Nod. He called me the other day, right? He was like, man, I was at a football game and this little boy was out there with a chopper. I said, what side of town? He was on the west side. He said, yep. I said, that's why I don't go over there. I don't go over there.
Yeah, it is so different. I'm like, dang, the west side is a whole nother world over here on the west side.
Wild, wild west over there.
You know?
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay. And it's the same thing. Like, I don't want to move to nobody's hood.
Right.
I don't want to run business like that out there, especially the type of clients. Like, you attract the type of clients you want. But also, wherever your business is, that's the type of clients that you're going to attract as well. So if you don't want people nickel and diming you or want to find your ad on Craigslist or always looking for a discount, then do not put your business in areas, that are accustomed to that or whatever, how you want to call it. So I was like, okay, yeah, I
got to go.
I got to move on.
Same way I felt when I opened up in the flea market. I was like, okay, I'm doing all this work and I'm hooking y'all up.
Yes,
but y'all are coming in here nickel and diming me, it's the flea market, you know what I mean? But like, we didn't have nobody to ask questions at that time, in the 2008, 09, when people weren't doing businesses like that.
Right.
So it was like, I'm sure, I know for me, I was looked at like a unicorn. Everybody like, so this all you do? This, you make your money doing all that?
You
like,
paint shirts?
I don't work for nobody else. This is what I do, you know what I'm saying? And they couldn't believe that. It was like, what? You really? I want to get a shirt. I only got 15. Like, bro, I can't do that for the 15. But it's the flea market, so they bargaining. And I'm not good at bargaining.
Yes, I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
because you can't. Because at the end of the day, you do it for a little bit because your product is out. But what happens when you go home and you making $15 and you done sold so X amount of product, but by the time you put gas in your car and eat, you only got 15 left. Yeah. What you? I can't do that for 30 days.
Yeah, them flea market days.
You know,
I had a 6-month lease. I couldn't wait. I could not wait.
I'm telling you.
They did not know I was so ready to get up out of there. I just tried to make as much as I could. But though that was the most stressful time for business for me is when I was in that flea market.
Yes. My most stressful time was West Side.
The West Side?
When I got through that lease at the second year lease at that second location, and both of them was going at the same time, when I say I was over it, I was over it. I was like, I ain't doing no more hair. Don't call me. Shut it down. As a matter of fact, the owner of that plaza, he was like, well, business is doing so good. Like, can you leave your shop here? I sold him half the equipment.
Yeah, you
can take it out. All I needed was one shampoo bowl, a dryer, and a chair. Because I knew that if I had those 3 basic things, I could do hair in a corner and be okay and rebuild anything. I didn't care where I went. I told him you can have it all, huh? You can have a towel on the floor, on the wall. You can have a station. I don't want nothing. Keep the mirrors, everything. Keep the little tables, the flowers, the sofa. Keep it all. He came to my house like, please, no, just drop it off. And that's what I did. And I closed it. And I turned, and at that time, the first location, Jeff was still at that first location. And he moved the building across the street and opened up a barbershop called Transformers right there on McDuff. So what happening was we set each other up because we started in a building together and then we branched off to our own. And it just, and it just kind of worked that way, but I was over it. Yeah. I was like,
So after the West Side, because you was pretty much, you was on the West Side both times. So where was the next location at?
The next location is where I am now.
So that was when you came
I came back.
The good side. You came over here.
Yeah, I came across the bridge,
Welcome to the good line.
And I was just, I ain't going across no bridge. Regents is South Side. No, I was so against it because I felt like it was overrated and overpriced.
Yeah.
You know, but it is
changed.
working.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it has been seamless.
Yeah.
I haven't stressed one day. When I say not one,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm 5 years in now.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. They're like, oh, you've been out here the longest. I'm like, me?
Oh, for real? At that on where
Out there, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, you and Tracy, Dreadlock Divas,
Yeah.
y'all been out here the longest. What? You know, and it's
So you done seen the change from the old management to the new management
to the one it is
to the
now.
one it is now. Yeah, Nancy and them, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nancy them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause before it was what's the crazy lady?
Autumn.
Autumn.
It
Yeah,
was Autumn.
I didn't like Autumn.
Yeah. It ain't like Autumn.
She would walk in your suite. I had cameras in there, and one time I saw her in my shop
Just
in there.
checking stuff out.
She talking about she was trying to show somebody the floors. I'm like, it's just you. What are you talking about? I can see you on the cameras.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Autumn was funny.
Yeah,
she
Autumn was crazy.
She was a very interesting. You know, she used to walk around with, you know, unicorn
Yeah,
hats
yeah.
and outfits
Yeah,
on. She
she's-
celebrated every holiday, everything. I'm like, oh, Autumn, I didn't know.
Yeah.
But she was interesting.
Dang.
But I like Autumn. I did like her.
We didn't get along.
Okay.
Once from that incident, it was just like I never talked to her the same or none of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So all of our conversations were just had heat in them.
Okay. Because she was in your spot.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so it was just like, don't come to me telling me anything about like, you know how they just put a note out like, hey, if you're late on this day, I like, don't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
Don't speak to me. Like, I'm gonna pay my stuff. You should
Right.
never have to come by here
Right.
for anything.
You
Don't
were mad
ever
about
come
that.
over.
You was
Yeah.
mad about that thing.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I had my stuff in there. I'm like, yo, what the heck going on?
That's true, and I get it.
Yeah.
So I never known her to like walk in, but I didn't have cameras either. But even sometimes when we were there, she would still just, hey
Just
girl,
open
I
the
just,
door. Yeah, I didn't like that.
well, hey, it's
Yeah.
fine because it's you and you got a key. I get it, you know, and we cool. But you know, as long as it stayed business, it was okay with Autumn.
Yeah, that's why I was being defiant on purpose.
Yes.
I had parties on purpose.
Yes.
I had the big season.
I
I
remember.
did all that stuff on purpose. I'm gonna mess with y'all in the most disrespectful manner that I can within the lease term.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I read that lease thoroughly. I like, oh, it don't say nothing about these parties. The parking lot don't none of that. So
Chill.
you can't come after me now about
Right.
this. All you can do is say, hey, you know, if you can keep the music down.
And y'all did have the music up.
Yeah.
And it was people all in the parking lot.
I did that. I didn't mean to mess with y'all, but
it was cool with us.
I did that because she pissed me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It was.
I just read the lease thoroughly, and then I said, I'm gonna find a way to mess with them, mess with her really. The way she was just in my shop for no
Doing
reason,
stuff.
messing with me. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I know how to play smarter.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, man. But being out there 5 years, like, how have you been able to have that longevity? What's some tools and tips or tricks?
Well, for this salon, the biggest thing was being able to cover my salon just solely with myself. You know, and if any stylist would come in the shop, it would be just extra support. You know, because the biggest thing was, yeah, you can calculate all the money all you want being in business, but you have to. I hate to even use the word babysit, but sometimes you have to babysit people in when you're gonna pay your boo friend or how you gonna pay it. You gotta listen to why they can't pay it. You know, yeah, okay, everybody got problems, everybody got this, that, and the third. And I just always felt like my shop is not everybody's responsibility, and they're not going to take care of it or treat it as
Well, you
such.
should, yeah.
Yeah. So if somebody say they don't have their boo friend or they can't pay because of their car or something, then what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna hound you, or I can threaten to put you out. But what is that gonna do? There's still a lack. You know, we still not getting no money from your chair. You know, and then you got to eat it because you can see them on social media like going in like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but you ain't. And then you're gonna show up tomorrow to the shop with a good hangover.
Did you ever do percentages, or was it straight booth rent?
It was. I used to do commissions sometimes
Yeah.
for new stylists, but no, we got to keep up with the tickets and 70/30 and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't. Just me. I wasn't good at keeping up with that because I'm still building my business on this side,
Gotcha,
And I was
yeah.
just like, hey,
So
man, I can't build yours and mine, that kind of thing. So I just stuck to booth rent. And at the end of my time being on the west side, that was the most stressful part, because regardless of what I made, I can't count this because it has to go back into the business. And even though your home is priority, your business is priority because this is where you make money. So it automatically, is 1st. And it's like, well, dang, all right. I counted 1,500 today, or I counted whatever today, but at the end of the day,
go back into the business.
yeah, it has to between rent and light bill and all that kind of stuff and supplies. And so I said that when I opened up my next business, if I could not pay for the rent or cover any expenses on my own, then I wouldn't do it. And so with this location, I do it with no problem. And I have a chair that rotates. Anybody want to come work in there or whenever, and you can. And it kind of helps me because I'm kind of, I'm like that giver type of person. If you come to me and say I'm just on hard times right now, like I left my shop for whatever reason, it burnt down, flooded, or whatever, I have that room to say, okay, you can work here for a month or two to get on your feet with no problems. I can do that, and I'm not looking to. I'm watching you make money. Let me get that. I don't feel like that. So it's easy for me. It's relaxed for me because I can just flow and be in my space, take care of my business, and go. And it is provided for different reasons now, not just adding up trying to make money in my shop like that. So that's been the easiest, best thing for me moving in that location.
Wow. How long do you plan on staying there? Do you want to grow out of that or?
Ooh, well, I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, because that scaling is. My fiance, she just. Babe, I love you, but boy, you be moving. Yeah. But I get it because she is so adamant about her business.
Yes.
And it's growing so fast.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so she has went from that small 2-room to the 4-room.
Mm-hmm.
Now she has this big 11-suite. She's moving from that location to this huge 11-suite building that she just got.
Go ahead.
So that's why I was asking, like, do you, or what is it that's holding you back? Hers is, I get it on her end, and she has so many people. All of a sudden, everybody is into like the skincare.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I didn't know nothing about esthetician till she got out of school. Till she said she was gonna do it.
Okay.
And everybody was like, "I'm an esthetician. I'm an esthetician."
Yes.
I was like, "Wow, this is. I never heard about
this.
Business. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now the skincare and the beauty and all this other stuff is just booming. Yes. So she's growing at a fast pace. So she kind of was forced to get a bigger location because then it was just like a cap at this one location. Mm-hmm. Now she's offering these rooms to other estheticians.
Right.
Making more money.
Now, because that's the move right now. Yeah. Suites and things like that is the move. Now, if I do not move, what stopped me from moving is exactly what we're talking about. Having other people and leveraging, the business with other people because you're giving them a piece of the responsibility, Yeah. That I'm not good at. Because I'm like, take care of your business. Like, everybody got something to do. If this is what we're going to do, let's just do it. Because,
maybe you might need like a shop manager. Somebody else who could come in there and handle that part.
Right. So the upside of it is, at the time, natural hair and locks wasn't booming like it is now. Everybody is doing locks. Everybody doing natural hair. Everybody braiding. You got 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old. Everybody. Ladies that's retiring, 65. I think I can do locks. Yeah. Okay, well, come on. So the upside is that I don't think I will have a problem finding people to fill chairs. I don't think that'll be a problem at all. And plus, I'm experienced enough to know that if I don't want to work in a shop right now, I don't have to. You know, I could have a shop and just teach.
Right.
Teach the styles that's in there. You know, so I'm kind of leaning on being in the game so long to where it's like, okay, is that really a shiny apple?
Right. Yeah.
Or is that really just something with a little bit of glitter on it? You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to wait it out just a little bit more to really see what is what. Because when you're growing and you're booming, that's what you want to do. You want to just, but I don't even know if I would make more money if I had 8 people under me. You could, but it's temporarily, because as long as they're there, then you're making it. The moment they leave, it's not there, and it's on you. So now you're on that constant, okay, let me fill this chair. Let me fill that chair. Let me fill this chair. So do I want to grow out of that space? Yes. It's the answer. Okay.
But you're just trying to figure out.
It's going to be a completely different setup, because that old setup of you come in, you rent your chair a week, and you leave, to me, I don't feel like it works, because I feel like everybody want to be the boss. Yeah. Everybody like, oh, I want to get my own shop. Nobody understands to support or be the number 2 or whatever they might think it is just because I own the shop. Everybody feel like, oh, I can do it better than you. Not me per se, but you get what I'm saying. They always watching whoever in charge, learning and feeling like they can do it better. But if you get a team that works, then absolutely I would do it with a team. But just mentally, I just shut it off. Like, I'm good. I'm going to do this. I need to get through my responsibility without working through that stuff. And like now I'm in that position because I've raised my daughter. Like, she's in college now. So I don't have to
Shout out the daughter in the back. See you back there. Fam, you. What they do. That's what's up.
Yeah, so I have that room and have that leverage. Or I don't have that stress to be like, okay, I did 15 heads, but why am I not counting the amount of money? Like, we got things to do at home. So I can kind of leverage a little bit. And plus, look, I got the formula.
No, I feel you. Yeah.
I feel like I got the formula right now.
Yeah.
Like, we can start. You can start today. You can start today and have a good year. You don't have to never did locks ever. I feel like.
Give me a little spill of the formula that you have without giving the whole thing, because I know that's something that you probably have in the course or class, right? All right, so give me a little taint of it.
Little taint.
Yeah.
So if you never done hair before, just you. Like, you'll come in. I'll talk to you about. First off, I need to know how much money you need to make. Okay. After you tell me how much money you need to make, we're gonna tell you how many clients you need. How
much money they need to make in what time period?
Like for a month to sustain your life.
Okay,
so do this full time.
Okay, so I'm coming in and we finna give y'all a piece of the course. So just a little bit. All right, so I'm coming into the game and I say, look, Sherri, I just want to make $5,000 a month.
All right.
Boom.
$5,000 a month. How many days a week you gonna be here?
I'm here 7 days. I'm here.
You here every day. All right. So we're going to take that $5,000. Of course, we're going to break it down into weeks, and we're going to break it all the way down to days. After we break it down to days, I'm going to break it down to services. How much you need to do per client in order to make this a week. And you're going to be here for 7 days. Okay? For example, well, I can't say that, but let's just say it's, I don't know, $200 a day.
Right.
Okay? For what I charge, that's 1.5 client, maybe 2 clients. We're going to say easy 2 clients, right? But you might feel like, oh, I'm not you. But I will teach you the skill so you can know exactly how to charge this. Even if you feel like you're not good as I am, you will not touch a client less than $85. Like, period.
Right.
Just by a simple technique, just by changing your product. Yeah. It'll change how the whole hairstyle looks. So I'll take you and walk you through that. It don't even take 30 days.
So that's you setting up the formula for them so that they can go. So basically breaking it down, your goal, how much you trying to make in a month.
Making a month.
Then we're going to break that down to days.
To the week, to the days.
To the days. And
all
then
to the clients.
Then to the clients, then to the services that are need to be offered to make that amount of money per day. Right?
And then you do your skill set. So wherever you are.
Okay.
Yes. So if you say, like, you know what, I want to do the color, or I want, say, interlocking. Interlocking is like $95, let's just say that, right? And I'm like, okay, that's the most you want to make because it's the more simplest, but it is a $95 service. Okay, I'll teach you that skill first. You're gonna start from the top down. I'm not gonna bring you in teaching you just how to do a basic lock maintenance or a basic twist because that's only gonna get you $65.
Right.
But if you're trying to be here, you might need to start from the top and work your way down.
Gotcha.
But you're gonna get everything because you're trying to get the highest ticket at your skill level. So I can teach you that. Like it's not a problem. And if you just do interlocking, let's just say somebody call and say, can you do interlocking? You're like, yeah, you can do that all day long. But you know that every time somebody sends you a check, you got $95.
Every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
It don't even matter.
So that's the formula pieces of it.
Pieces of it, right. Correct.
That you can put into somebody who, as long as they got the work ethic, then they can reach the goals that
they can reach the goal. Now, if you don't want to come, you want to do $95 a day, that's your business.
Right.
But you can sit here, your timing and all those kind of things play into a factor. So, like when I'm teaching it, I teach the way how you go a little faster, show you your tools that you need to use, and how to section the hair and all that kind of stuff to make you move faster because you don't want to take no more than 2 hours on no head. Because really, if you break that in half, you're not making no money.
Yep.
So, your hours is 2 hours. So I don't care what you're doing. I'll teach you how to keep staying that 2 hour block. I'm knocking heads out 45 minutes, 30 minutes if that sometimes. We in and out. We gone.
Get your locks done?
You go. Yeah, we're not playing. I'll schedule for 2 hours, but 45 minutes, we in and out. We going to get lunch and all. We sitting outside talking. Hey.
That's a little Wale over there.
Yeah.
You got to get them straight.
Yeah. So I had a her name is Kiera. She came, she was 19. She was kind of in between. I don't know what I want to do. I'm graduate from high school, things like that. She came in, 30 days, done. She kind of had the concept of hair, but never really did locks. She was a braider. Done, 30 days done, 60 days, clientele rolling. At 19, when I was 19.
Right.
I'm thinking to myself, dang, if somebody gave me the game at
but
19, and I ain't had that.
You
and I'm making
at
least right. You making at least $250 a day, 4 days out of a week.
Yeah.
And I've only been in the game 60 days. Man, I felt like she was winning.
Right.
I felt like, and I still feel the same way.
No, definitely.
It took us years.
Yeah.
Years to even be comfortable.
7, 8. It took me 8 years. Yeah, it took me 8 years before I was able to I had money like that. Where I had money put away now.
Right.
I was able to put money back into the business.
Right.
I was able to have my lifestyle. You know what I mean? Be able to pay for my life as well.
And consistently.
Yeah, consistently.
Be there.
Yeah.
And like I said, it took years. Like you said, 8 years. It took time. To be like. If I used to be a wreck sometimes. You miss your appointment.
Yeah.
What?
Mess everything up.
That's $65. What you talking about?
Yeah.
Like I need that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was and knowing what you're worth. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of cheat yourself a little bit to get people in the chair, to get people to come to your business, but it really don't benefit you enough because the money don't really leverage out. Like it took years to realize I don't care if you come or not. This is the price. This is what I need.
Man, you speaking facts right now. 'Cause that's where I'm at now. It's like I make, and this may sound crazy, but I was telling somebody else this. I make more money by saying no now.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
And it's a weird concept, but the smaller stuff, and if it's especially those headache things and people trying to get one shirt here and there, we can't do it.
Right.
But then I have the people who come and they got these 50 shirt orders, 200 shirt orders. They getting a whole package, website, logo design, the whole nine.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm getting those way more and just turning down the little stuff. Not saying that I don't need the little stuff, but sometimes that little money, it be so much headache.
Right. And you don't have room for the bigger stuff.
Yeah.
If you got 5, 10 little jobs, and this one big job come in,
right.
You don't have room to do it.
You don't have the room for it, yeah.
So I get it because when I went from I was charging $45 to do locks. Crazy. And I thought $55. I was like, I'm finna be rich off this $50. I done went up $10.
Right.
It was gone just as fast as I made it. I was like, all right, well, you ain't got to get a kids, but you can get number 3 now. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it was still like, I'm eating up the money just as still as fast as I'm making it. So when I went up, I was scared of losing people, but that was that impoverished mind frame. Like, I got to get everything. No, you do not have to be at the bottom of the barrel, scraping the bottom of the barrel to be successful in your business. You know, and I was just like, well, like,
nah, I feel you.
You know, let's just go. And you get a different clientele, you get a different person. They come in there expecting you to do your job, but if you're charging higher, then they know you're serious about your business. Right. I'm not gonna play with you on your money and your time. Right. Yeah. So especially if I'm charging that, like I don't know what other people charge in the city, but
your price is your price.
My price is my price.
Right.
You know, and we're fine. I haven't had anybody to even flinch at the price. Yeah. You know, you have a few people that like, okay, because of your prices or because things change, and I'm not saying because it's high, but if it moved from $65 to $70, they're like, $5, that was my tip.
Man, I feel you. I be sending invoices to people, and let's say something is like $125, they get like a logo design, they got tax on it. Like, well, you said it was $125, came to $133. That's tax. It's not like that serious. So if it's that serious, if that's the issue, I would rather not deal with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Versus me just sending the invoice to somebody and they pay it.
You pay it.
And then it's like, yo, okay, now we getting your job done.
Right.
I'm not even chasing the person who's questioning me.
Right.
About the tax.
Right, because the bottom line,
$5 tax.
Exactly. We're just trying to get the business done. Yeah. That is the bottom line. Like, we getting over these hurdles. I'm going to send this to you. What you want? Can I do it? Yes. Can you afford it? Yes. Are you going to pay it? Let's get the service done. Are you happy with it? Great. See you next time.
And then if I tell, and I don't know if this ever happened to you, but when I tell other business owners in other cities what I'm charging for services, I always say, why you charge so low? Why is the price so low? Like, oh no, you be charging this. You know what I mean? I had met a guy who was charging $15,000 for a website.
15,000?
Man, he's getting it though.
900, but 15. Oh, okay.
15,000. I told him I was charging 800. He was like, yo, why you charging so low? I was like, 15,000, but the work that he's giving to the people, and he's getting it. So just talking to some people, they be like, yeah, your prices are way low. But I guess also too, knowing your market, where you at.
Yeah, but at this point with social media, does where you at really matter?
Nah, I don't think so per se. Nah, yeah.
So charge.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh no, I don't scale my prices.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is now we can do that.
Yeah, my prices are what they are now.
Yeah, and I'm like, I used to go places and they be like, you gonna charge what?
I started watching the grocery stores, how they move. So like those little dinners that come in like the bag, the bag used to be this big, you know what I mean? You pay your $8 or whatever. Now it's like this and it's $9. The bag got smaller, the price went up. Same stuff, but it's smaller. But they going up and people paying no problem. Even I know it's like Chick-fil-A. I remember like the number one, I pay like $6 and some change. Now it's like it went up to $7. Now it's like $8, and it's the same meal.
Yeah. But if you want it, guess what you're gonna do?
You're gonna pay for it, and them lines be wrapped around the corner.
And guess what? We're gonna sit right there.
Right, and pay for it. Yeah. So I'm doing the same thing. It's like, don't question me about as long as I'm offering the service and the product is on point, then it should be no question about the price.
I have definitely learned that there is a market for every price range and everything. Yeah. It don't even matter.
Yep.
You know, I see some stylists, 300, 5,000, 3 for the same stuff that it takes me 2 to 3 hours to do. That I might charge $350 for, thinking like, oh, it's a good day. They're like, you could have got $1,200.
Yeah.
And you could have went 5 hours up the street to Atlanta and got the same thing. And I'm like, well, you know what? I'm going to do that.
Let me ride up here real quick. Yeah.
And don't even play with it because I don't know nobody there.
Yeah.
All you know is what you see on social media and the work that you need to get done.
Yep.
So guess what? I'm doubling it.
You
And
got
if I don't do the work, I'm gonna go home. I got something else to do. I got videos to edit. I could be doing that.
You got to tell me about the products, because
Okay.
I think that's a great thing to add too, because now you got to upsell. You got something else. So explain to the people what you got in your hand.
Okay, so this is a shampoo. It's Raining Aloe hair and skin products. They are for chemically treated. They're vegan friendly. No dyes, artificial
Do
fragrance.
you have something for dry scalp? Because that's what I have.
Yeah.
I got dry scalp.
So my original product, I started making these products like 5 years ago. So this is the moisturizing cream,
Okay.
and I started making it because one, I used to get my products from a company in New Jersey. They had a bad winter, and they couldn't ship out no products. And I'm sitting there in my shop like, I got to figure something out. I turned around, looked at the bottle what she had, went to the store,
Wow.
bought it, went in the kitchen,
And made your own.
and made it how I thought it should be.
Dang.
And that's how this product started, right? And then as I started seeing how it was acting in the hair and the scalp, I was like, oh, okay. So I started adding what I wanted to see in a product, and then that's how it went. So the moisturizing cream is definitely for dry scalp because it is shea butter based. It has aloe. It has 3 oils in it.
Do you just rub that in like grease or something? What is that?
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's just a cream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy some of that because I got dry scalp.
Yeah, and you just rub it in. That's it. I mean, it goes a long way. And last is like no artificial products in there. Everything is all natural in there.
You got another one, or can I get that?
You
Can
can
I
get
buy
this
that one? Yeah, I'll buy
Yeah, you
that
can
one
get this
from you.
Yeah, so we have that one. We have the leave-in conditioner. So the oil and the cream. I'm sorry.
So you made all of these?
No,
Okay.
I started with these 2 products.
Okay.
These are what I've been selling for the last 4 years.
So what is the oil?
The oil is a moisturizer oil. So same thing about dry scalp. It's just whatever you prefer.
Got you.
This is a little more concentrated because it has aloe and tea tree in it. This just has like grapeseed, olive oil, castor oil, things like that. So if you don't have chronic dryness or dandruff, you could just use this every day.
Yeah.
Body or skin, however, because the motto is if it's natural, if you can't put on your skin, you should put on your hair. Yada yada yada, like that, right? So these are the 2 that I made at first, last 4 years. So just naturally, I went to a conference and I kept saying, every time I go to the store now, the hair store is changing. There's nothing in here for us. All these lock products, there's locks everywhere. There's nothing in here for us. They have a few products that's on the market, but, they're causing me more headache at work because people are using this at home, or stylists are only using this because that's what they see in the stores, and clients are chair hopping. So I still got to deal with all this residual stuff that's in your hair, and I'm like, come on. So naturally, I was like, well, how can I figure this out? And one day I was in Miami, and I went to a boss conference. That's what it was called. And this lady had a natural hair product. I said, you got your own shampoos and all that? She was like, yeah. And I was just like, okay. And it started coming to me like, you know what? This is the time that anything that you want, you have access to it.
Definitely.
So I was just like, you're not 10 years ago to where we had no choice but to go to the store, or that you didn't even think about how to be on shelves at the store because we always thought like, I'm just a consumer. So about a year ago, I was like, nah, we're going to do this. And then as soon as I started researching, it just started opening up. And then the shampoo, the leave-in conditioner, and the foam. I get these formulated at a manufacturer though. So I do not physically make them.
But you got the ingredients that you... Okay. So what is the foam? What is that you have in your hand now?
The foaming mousse. This is more of a styling agent.
Okay.
So if you want to set...
so that'll like hold the locks, hold the style.
Yes, hold the style, set curls. If you had a two-strand twist, a twist out on natural hair, you would use something like this. If you wanted to like do your edges, you can use the foam for that without hard gel and things like that. It's a couple of uses.
I'm gonna tell you who's gonna buy this. My mom, she watches all the podcasts, right? and she does locks on the side, just like here and there, like and at the house. So when she's not at work, she works for the school board in Miami. When she's not at work and she's not in school, because she's on her way to get her license so she can open up her funeral home.
Okay.
She does hair at the house. She does locks now at the house. And I guarantee she's going to hit me and say, son, tell her I want to buy one of those. So she's going to watch this. She's going to see that. I guarantee I'm going to be calling you once this drop.
Okay.
And my mama says she want one of these.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, and it you know, and it took me a long time to put it out because I wanted to make sure I wasn't biased. You know, I didn't want to be like, man, it's mine, it's the best.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't biased, so I gave it out. I used it on all my clients without telling them that I was using it. Or then they'll be like, what you using? And I'll tell them. Then they started telling their family and friends and other stylists so I could get organic feedback, you know, of how it working, because I was just making the products so I can make my life easier. I wasn't thinking about it. I was like, what products do I use that I need every day? And these were the products, and that's how this line came out. And it went from there, and it's been working. And you know, you get a little nervous about how people are going to react to it and everything. But you know what? I kind of look at it. I had to look at it like, you know what? This is a seed.
Yeah.
You know, my job is just to plant it and let the rest happen.
Yeah.
You know, because I can't control how people respond to it, if they like it or not. You know, I can't control those things. Only thing I can do is just say, you know what? I made this and I made it right. I didn't cut no corners. I love it. If you use it, it's for you. But all I know is my tribe will buy it. And I leave it at that. And it's been moving. It's been working. And, you know.
How can people get the products if they're not in the shop? Do you sell them online?
Yes. And the website is rainingallohair.bigcartel.com.
Okay.
Okay. And you can buy them online. They're actually in the One Bridge store in Regency Mall also. And then they're in the salon, you know, so you can go online. It's an Instagram page, Raining Aloe Hair. And you can go on there and order through the Instagram page, and we ship them out.
That's what's up.
You know,
so you started 99.
99.
Right?
Yes.
You worked 3 jobs.
Yes.
You built you some websites for some people. Yes. Created your own clientele to help them build some websites too. Yes. Made your money off of that. Yes. Went over here, worked at Sap Shop for a little while.
Yes, Sap was always found.
We found a lick for $500 on the west side. We in there. But we didn't know that it was in the hood. And people was going to be...
It was a different kind of business.
In and out of the traffic going to be crazy.
Yep.
So he said, let me go over here to another shop.
Yeah.
But it's still the west side.
Yeah, right.
Got over there. And then eventually moved over to the south side.
Yes.
To a suite that you have now that you've been in for 5 years. Yes. And then got products that you saw because the manufacturer was taking too long
to get me my stuff.
To give you your stuff.
Absolutely.
And you say, you know what? Let me see what's on the back of this. I'm going to make my own, and I'm going to make it better.
I did.
And I'm going to package it right. And I'm going to get it to the masses, to my people, and I'm going to resell this and get it out there. So now you just added on to the brand.
Yes.
And have a product that you can sell too that actually helps people like myself who got dry scalp.
Right.
Or people who I know you have the stuff for thinning hair and all this other stuff.
Yep.
And all this came from research and also seeing that it could be possible because you went to a conference.
Yes. It was so many different entrepreneurs in this conference. But the fact that, you know, this woman was like killing it, like 9 figures. And I'm like, wait a minute. You making products out of your house? I'm not even Carol, because you know we heard of Carol's daughter and things how they have that success out of their house, but I never saw these people. And when they blew up, then they sold their companies. You know, she did not, and I'm like, wait a minute. It's a black lady. You know, you did. You're earning 9 figures a year from your kitchen, from a KitchenAid with the same stuff I'm doing.
Right.
You know, and I'm at home just doing it in my own little space. I was like, no. We're not doing that. You're not going to show me. You're not going to show me the top, and I'm going to just sit there. No, oh, no,
like,
no,
oh,
no,
that
no.
look nice.
Yeah, no. I
want in.
I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
That's what we doing.
And that's what you did.
And that's what I did. That's what I did.
That's
it
what's
wasn't
up.
even a year. I was like, oh, no. We're not going to do this. You know, they say $1 billion industry. Okay, I'm going to get my little piece.
Right.
I don't care what slice of the pie you give me, but I'm not going to sit on the sidelines and not do this, because honestly, when you're doing hair all the time, like, you're going to get worn out. There's so many stylists that kind of fall to the wayside because of carpal tunnel, or they just don't want to do it anymore. Their life changed. They have kids and all that, and you can't be available. You have to have an exit plan. We don't have retirement set up if you're not disciplined enough to put your money away. Over like, we don't have that. You can pay insurance out of your pocket and things like that, but you got to have an exit plan.
Definitely.
And if your exit plan is not education or running a salon or having something that is more turnkey for you, then you're going to be asked out, just what it is. I chose education because I know it over and over. I chose the route of YouTube videos because I can do it once, sit it there, let it get paid, let it grow. It might take a year, but I will get a check off that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay? I got these products. Hey, the game's not going to... You're going to need shampoo. You're going to need conditioner. I've been in it long enough. It's not going to change.
At all.
No.
Yeah.
So if I know that, then why not put a foot in there? So if I don't want to do hair, products will work. I could sit home, and make videos on YouTube. And do that and be done. So I have 2 exit plans. I haven't stopped doing hair, but they're all still working, And I'm like, look, I've been doing this 20 years, and I know because I look young. They're like, oh, you still got time. I'm not finna be 40 and 50 years old.
Still behind the chair.
Waiting?
Yeah.
You know how it feels when you see generations come through your chair?
Yeah.
It's like we went to school together, and I'm doing your kid, and I'm doing your grandkids' hair?
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. Thank you, God, for blessing me for that long book, baby. Listen, this is I'm not. I just never saw myself doing that. Gotcha. Not that long.
Hey man, I understand. What? Let me ask you this before we wrap it up. Okay. What advice? Because you're giving a lot of game right now. Mm-hmm. You just dropped a little bit of your course earlier.
Okay.
With a formula.
Yes.
What advice would you give somebody who's trying to get into the business? They want to get to where you at 20 years in, 2 decades. Mm-hmm. What advice would you give somebody?
To get started, I think you always got to stay a student. You always got to be a student. The way I've lasted so long, I've been able to adjust to the trends, and you start developing your own style, over time. So just stay a student. Mm-hmm. If you are going to be a salon owner, go into it with the mind frame of, let me take care of it. Because if you depend on other people to help fuel your business, just personally for me, then that's where the kind of friction comes in at, for me. But if you want to build a solid team, then build a solid team. And you need solid team for people that understand your vision and that will want to walk with you. Not just soak up and just use you and go.
Right.
Because, and I think that was I was hurt from that at one point. It's why I closed myself off. And I went by myself. That's why I got in a smaller salon. Because I got hurt in business where I was like, how I share everything and teach everything. And then you turn around and you do that? Like, come on. Like, I'm trying to help you with your life. And that's how I looked at it. And I learned a hard lesson that everybody is not like that. And because you are a giver and you're open-hearted like that, it don't belong. You definitely cannot lead with it. So it's like cut off. I wanted to be in my own space, so I got a smaller space is what I did. But in turn, it turned around to be the best spot I could even, be in. To even come back in there. So, build a solid team and make sure you thoroughly know the people that are walking with you for your vision. And there's nothing wrong with, your team wanting to elevate to get their own, but just communicate. I thank you for, teaching me and guiding me, but I'm thinking about moving on.
Right.
How do we split the right way on a positive way? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that because everybody want to grow.
Yeah.
You know, so I think do that, and you know, and if you come in the game, I see a lot of stylists come in the game just on trends. Don't get stuck there. Like when faux locks came out, oh, faux lock king, faux lock queen. It's like,
That's
okay,
one thing. Yeah, I
yeah,
get what you're saying.
like no, there's a whole industry that all of this is tied into. You know, the cosmetics of hair right now is winning, but you still need to know how to do hair, not just the cosmetics of it, not just how to glue in some lock extensions
Right.
or just throw some dye in. You know, no, you need to know
About
how to
it
do
fully,
hair.
yeah.
You know, because if not, you know, not no, I am gonna sound that way. They're gonna be coming to me, and I gotta fix it. That's just what it is. Like you have to fix because you have to know hair.
Right.
You know, and it's like, okay, well that's fine. But if you want to retain your clients, then you need to know how to do hair. You need to know hair. So that's the advice I would give. And yeah, and think of two or three ways that when you get in, how you can maximize your one spot. Because you think about it, your clients is your community. So what are you giving them? You're gonna give them products. You're gonna give them education. Are you guys gonna go to dinner together? Are you gonna whatever you build your community, because that is your support system. Without them, you don't live.
Yep. Flatline.
Yeah. So it's like, don't go into it with the mind frame that, oh, I'm doing y'all a favor. No, you work for them.
Yep.
And people always say all the time, well, you're your own boss. I'm like, yeah, no, kind of, but yeah, but no. Based off that website, I work for 345 people.
Right.
That's who I work for.
Right.
And you have to make sure that you stay in a service mind frame. But all that, I don't need you. You ain't got to come and you talking to people all reckless. No. You need to handle your business as if you were the one being service. So I think all of those things kind of tie into having your business, and people are more prone to help you and support you in anything that you got going on. We can sell shirts, they're going to buy them. These products had no problem. Like none. Sell anything. Because you do good business and people know that everything that you are doing is connected to your brand to help them. So that's what I would say.
Hey man, we gonna end it on that note. She said it all. She said a mouthful. I don't even have nothing to say after that one, man. She broke it down to the T. Know your business, know the hair game fully.
Yeah, just do good
Don't
business.
come in on the trends and just jump on the bandwagon and create your own wave. How about that? Do that. You know what I mean?
Ask people.
And ask people. Yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
How can they get in contact with you?
My social media name is Pure Bella Locks. That's PureBellelLocs. It's across the board on Facebook and Instagram. I just got a TikTok.
I understand.
Listen.
I'm 38 years
It's
old.
too much.
I'm not getting on TikTok.
Too much. I am trying. I'm like, hey, you got to bounce from each one anyway. So TikTok though is PB Lock Queen 904.
I bet not see you on my Instagram or the Explore page doing dances and stuff. I bet not see you TikToking.
I have made a vow not to do that. I put hair stuff on
please.
there, but I ain't gonna lie, sometimes you go down that rabbit hole, you be like, I think I can't.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. We too old for that. I leave that to the youth, man. Y'all do y'all thing. I'm not getting on it.
I'm telling you. But that's what's on TikTok. But mainly I am on, and YouTube is Pure Bella Locks 904.
Okay.
So Facebook is Pure Bella Locks. The website is purebellalocks.com.
Okay.
So you can go on there to either schedule your appointment, sign up for classes. You can leave a note in the contact form if you want to have a one-on-one consultation and things like that. I can be contacted there.
Perfect, man. We're going to have your handles on here anyways,
yes.
man. So make sure y'all tap in. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Click the notification button so you can get the notifications when we drop new content. And leave a comment, like the post. Do something interactive so we can interact with you.
Right.
Like to engage with the people and see what you guys think about the content that we're dropping, the guests that we have on. Let me know what your thoughts are, man. And I look forward to dropping more content and bringing y'all more dope individuals like Sherri V sitting next to me, man. 20 years in the game, she's still growing. And this is somebody that I know been knowing for a long time, and she's solid and she's on point, and she about to get my scalp undry. On that note, we up out of here. Holla.